Stop number 22 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the third and final race on the road course, as we are here today at Watkins Glen International at Watkins Glen, New York, the beautiful Finger Lakes region of this racetrack, or area, I should say. And we are here today for the running of the Budweiser at the Glen, as we're set for 14 laps of racing here today, as they'll be going road course racing for the third and final time this year. Here comes starting line for today's racing event. On the pole is Jessica Shelton, the number 9 Coors Melling Ford. She's won this season so far at Richmond, and she's alongside car 26 Quentin Moore. The Quaker State Buick starts alongside. Quentin's won twice this season. He won at North Wilkesboro and again at California. Second row sees Zach Rogers, the winner of the first race at Dover. He'll be alongside car number 3. It is Cole Deaver, the GM Gunner Chevrolet. Two-time winner this season so far. He won at Rockingham, and he also won this season at New Hampshire. Third row sees Levi McIntyre in 17, and number 42, Kyle Matthews. Matthews has won a race on the road course this season that came at Sonoma. Fourth row sees Charles Sanford in 24, and number 90 is Jesse Turner. Row number 5 has Seth Cullen 52 and number 43 Mike Becker. Seth has one of our in-car cameras in today's event, along also with Jessica Shelton and Cole Deaver as well. Next row down has number 4 William Brock and number 29 Zachary Fitzwater. Next row Dylan Young in 2 and number 14 it is Kyle Langland. Next row down is Matt McIntyre in 18 and the winner of this season at Talladega, and the winner of the Brickyard 400 Jay Jefferson in car number 30. Next round, Nathan Hudson in 47 and number 44. It is Ryan George. Then it's Johnny Gardner, number 11, winner this season at Michigan and Daytona in the Pepsi 400. He'll be alongside Kev Sheeran, number 71. Next round is the Batsons. Cat, number 21, starts 21st. She's in the Purolator Ford. She won at Martinsville this season, and starting alongside of her husband Keith in car 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. He won at Bristol and again at at the second race at Pocono. Next round has number 7 Wes McCoy, number 83 Emmanuel Hartnett. Then it's Alex Miller in 51 and Matt Haas number 8. Next round down Zach Winkle, the Daytona 500 winner, and alongside of him will be R.J. Bishop in 27. Next round has Paul Minnick in number 6, the Stroll Light Ford, winner this season at the second race at Talladega. He'll be alongside Joshua Osborne, who won in the second road race of the season at Riverside. And Joshua's coming from way out back, too. Next row down is number 94, Ryan Brommer, number 22, Dylan Poteet. Next row down has number 13, Austin Colano, and number 75, Daniel Bouchard. Next row down, Henry Sanford in 55, and beside him, number 15, Jackson Haywood, who won the first stop at Pocono this season. Next row down has number 5, Phil Parker in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet, and number 12, Rob Evans. And then next row down will be car number 50, Gene Sanford. And beside her will be car number 70, Mitchell Collins. And starting shotgun in the field will be car number 88, Nathan Orman in the Gatorade Buick. I forgot to mention Gene also has a 2-time winner this season so far. Gene's wins this season came at Atlanta and again in the 600 at Charlotte. So the field is lined up here as a field of 41 cars get set to fire the engines here for the third race and final race on the road course. As we're about to get the command to fire the engines here right now. So the field of 41 is all fired up here as they begin the race on the backstretch here. This is a partial pace lap. Well, something I should have done at Riverside, to be honest, the last race on the road course, but apologies for not doing so here. Field comes off corner number 10 here. Now it'll be get set for green flag racing here as the field goes through the 10th corner, or 11th corner, I should say. 11 turns at Watkins Glen. In-car cameras again will be carried by Jessica Shelton, Cole Deaver, and Seth Cole as the green flag flies. And we are underway. Here in the Budweiser at the Glen. Zach Rogers looks to the low side right there, going in turn number 1 here. Turn 1 is usually a trouble spot, but everybody made it through here. Or turn 1 can be a trouble spot, I should say, but not really. And up front it is at number 9, Jessica Shelton jumps out in front. She's won here many times before at this racetrack. And here they come through the inner loop. See how many cars makes it through or not here. Looks like they're all going to make it through okay. And off turn number 9 they come here. Zach Rogers goes to second position. Quentin Moore in third. Levi McIntyre fourth. Fifth is Charles Sanford. That's how they run right now. So they go through turn number 10 and then through turn number 11. This actually used to be a 7-turn course many years ago at the Glen, there before they added the inner loop back in 1992. And that coming after the after first the IMSA crash by Tommy Kendall in 1991. Then later that very same year in the Budweiser at the Glen Winston Cup race, the crash that took the life of J.D. McDuffie after he and Jimmy Means crashed. So that, my friends, is your Watkins Glen history, and that's why they added the inner loop on this course here, on this racetrack here. On board with Cole Deaver in car number 3. Deaver trying to get past Charles Sanford, but no dice. He's still looking at the back end of the number 24 DuPont Chevy. Deaver runs in 6th position right now. Let's see how fast he goes down the straightaway here. And Cole wound it up to about 9,100 before he had to shift it. Goes down through that 11th turn at about 91 miles an hour, and here he comes down the front stretch. Meantime, Levi McIntyre looks slow on the car Zach Rogers, but falls in between he and Quentin Moore. So move Quentin down the 4th position. Quentin Moore having probably his best season ever in this series. Levi McIntyre, meantime, is the points leader coming into this race at Watkins Glen as he leads over second place Cole Deaver in the championship chase. Jessica Shelton, meantime, she comes into this race number 5 in the points chase here with still another good season. But uncharacteristically for her, only 1 win on the season, though. But she has had some pretty good runs, nonetheless. And Watkins Glen, of course, as we mentioned, has been very good to Jess too. Zach Rogers, though, he runs in 2nd position right now. He is trying to get his season together here. He won at Dover this season, the first stop over here. We'll be heading back to Dover later on in the season, I should say, too. In about 5 races from now, we'll be heading to back to Dover, I should say, for the Peak Antifreeze 400. Meantime, Levi McIntyre looks slow. McIntyre came within about a lap of winning the Brickyard 400. I say a lap away because had that caution flag not have come out, he might have made a run at Jay Jefferson on the last lap and possibly won that race, possibly. But still, Levi, no wins yet this season, but he's still, as I mentioned, the points leader coming in. And we have not had a champion. We have not had a winless champion yet this season ever in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. The closest I think we ever did was Trent Dunham a few seasons back, and he had won the championship and won the championship when winning Homestead the final race of the season, and that Homestead win was his only win of the season. And that was back, I think it was in season 17, I believe, in this series. Right now you have Ford in 1st, Chevys in 2nd and 5th, and then Buicks 3 and 4 at the moment. And here comes McIntyre. Boys, he got a fast car underneath the hood or what? McIntyre dives low on Shelton for the lead, and he's got a position in turn number 1. They're going to go side by side, 5 laps. Working on lap number 5 here, and Levi McIntyre goes to the lead. That 17 car very fast here today. On board with Jessica Shelton, and can she get back at McIntyre? Goes through the inner loop on this racetrack here. Boy, McIntyre just pulling away from Jessica Shelton. And Jess, like we saw with Diva earlier, winds it up to about 9,100 before she shifts into fourth gear, where she's in fourth gear briefly, and then she's in third gear now. She's going through the short part of the course, and down about 91 miles an hour in turn number 11. See how fast Jess goes going into turn number 1, about 145, 149. Well, she's 150 going into turn number 1, briefly in fourth gear. And down about 72 miles an hour in first gear, or in turn number 1 in second gear, I should say. And now she follows lead by up through turns 2, 3, and 4. Yes, there 3 is kind of a blind corner. You don't know what's ahead until you get off that corner. And up to about fourth gear, down the backstretch she goes here. 160 miles an hour, 163, 64, 165 miles an hour into turn number 5. That's the end of it. It's turns 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now closes up on the back of McIntyre's car, trying to attack. And no worries about the orange light you saw on the dashboard on Shelton's car there. That is a shift light that she's got on her car. In fact, all the cars are equipped with shift lights on their machines. And that light also that light also comes on at about when the cars are about maybe hitting near 9,000 RPMs on these cars here. Take you through the field here. Levi McIntyre leads. Jessica Shelton second. Third is Zach Rogers, Quentin Moore. Fourth, fifth is Cole Deaver. Sixth position right now is Charles Sanford. Seventh is Seth Cole. Eighth is Jesse Turner. Ninth is Kyle Matthews as he's in a battle with Dylan Young for the ninth position. Excuse me. Young falls back in behind Matthews. Young's in 10th position. 11th is William Brock. 12th is Matt McIntyre. 13th is Mike Becker. 14th is Nathan Hudson. 15th is Zachary Fitzwater. 16th is Jay Jefferson. Then Kyle Langland, Kat Badson, Johnny Gardner, and Kev Shearer, the top 20. 21st is Wes McCoy. Then it's Ryan George, Matt Haas, Keith Batson in 24th. Keith's not having a good season so far, by his standards at least. He has 2 wins and he sits 15th in the points coming into this event, though. He's 24th right now in this race at Watkins Glen. RJ Bishop's 25th, 26th position right now is Joshua Osborne. He started this race back in 30th. Emmanuel Hardnett is 27. 28th is Paul Minnick. Zach Winkle's about to lose, 29th too. Alex Miller, Winkle's 30th. 31st is Poteet. Then it's Colano, Parker, Brommer, Gene Sanford, Dana Bouchard, Jackson Haywood, Rob Evans, and Henry Sanford, and Nathan Ormond. And Mitchell Collins Mitchell Collins has fallen way off in that number 70 car. He is back in 41st position. And he's about a half a lap behind the leader, I think, too. Averaging so far 122.84 miles an hour in the fast lap race so far, turned in by Mike Becker at 124.072. McIntyre's fastest lap, Levi McIntyre that is. His fast lap at 123.899. And meantime, Zach Rogers has now gotten by Jessica Shelton for second place. Now Shelton drops to third as she's now in the clutches of Quentin Moore in the 26 machine. Charles Sanford now is mentioned running in fifth position there as he's trying to hold off Cole Deaver. Meantime, look at Zach Rogers. Looks to the low side of McIntyre going into turn number 5. Goes through the inner loop. Rogers tucks back in behind McIntyre's car. That 33 car looks to maybe a big threat to the 17 car. In the turn number 10, Moore look to the peaked outside of Shelton's car as they come off turn number 11. And now Charles Sanford looks slow on Quentin Moore. That's Quentin in 26. It's Quentin in the green 26 and Sanford in the 24. And now Seth Cole has blown past Cole Deaver. That's for 6th place. Seth from right here in the state of New York. As a matter of fact, he's not from New York City. He's from somewhere maybe in the western part of the state, I think is where he's from. But I'm not really sure. But anyway. Seth giving that number 52 car quite a good run right here as he comes off turn number 9. You're riding on board with Seth Cole. Running right behind Charles Sanford, number 24. And Seth also has our roof cam on the top of the Eureka Vacuum Cleaners Pontiac. 4 laps remaining here in the butt of the Glen here. Seth runs in 6th position. He's trying to join that choo-choo train up ahead of him that because this consists of about 5 cars. And you saw Seth's speed 166 miles an hour in the turn number in the inner loop. That inner loop, of course, here at Watkins Glen reminds me a whole lot of the backstretch chicane that you see on the road course at Daytona. Meantime, while he's riding with Seth here, Kyle Matthews is taking 7th position away from Cole Deaver. Cole's kind of dropping back just a little bit, so Kyle's kind of moved up a little bit. And number 42 machine. Now you see the margin between the front 3 cars, 48 hundredths of a second between the front 3 machines. And there's about 1 second. Here comes Zach Rogers to the low side of McIntyre for the lead. Rogers pulling ahead of Levi McIntyre. Jessica Shelton, what's she going to do? She's right there behind Rogers as she pushes Rogers to the top spot here. Shelton looks slow on the track here, going into the inner loop, and that didn't quite work. And she pulls back ahead of McIntyre, though, but she hopes she overtake Rogers in the inner loop here, but didn't quite work to her advantage, though. Now she kind of regroups and tries again here. And she's got to push her McIntyre's car now in the 17 machine. Meantime, Saber again tries to on the inside of Quentin Moore in the 26 machine, but not quite enough. And Zach Rogers goes to the top spot here at Watkins Glen. Zach looking to join the other drivers who's won twice this season so far. And same with Shelton. She's also looking for her second this season. Zach won at Dover. Jess won over at Richmond way back in the third race of the season. And for Shelton and Rogers, this will be a big points day for those two drivers, and even more so for McIntyre because he's running right up ahead. He's still running ahead of Deaver at the moment. McIntyre runs in 3rd position while Deaver runs in 8th at the moment. Here comes Jess. She looked low on Rogers because she possibly be setting up for a final lap shootout. Margin is 34 hundredths of a second between the front 2 cars here, but between the 33 and the 9. Buick in first. Then Ford in second, Chevy in third, Buick in fourth, and a Chevy in fifth. And Seth Cole is the leading Pontiac right now in sixth place. Coming off turn number 11, the white flag will wave over Zach Rogers. He has 2.4 miles to go. Here comes Shelton to the low side of Rogers for the lead. Going for the win at the Glen here. Shelton looked low, but didn't quite get a run here. And that might have been all she wrote right there, but if nothing happens to Rogers on that last lap. Shelton may try it again, though, somewhere along the line, though, I think. But yeah, going in the turn, coming off turn number 1, I think is really where she needed to make her move. Now she closes up on the inside. Now she closes up on Rogers. Now she looks to the low side, going into the interlope there, but nothing doing there. She stays on the back bumper of Rogers' car as they come off the interloop. Now through turn number 9. She's right there, though, but I don't know if she's going to make a move or not, though, on the 33 of Rogers. As they come down, they'll be going to turn number 10 this time by. Shelton comes to the low side of the track. I don't think she's going to do it, though. Come up through turn number 10, now through turn number 11. And they come off the 11th corner. They come here. Shelton looks to the low side of the track here. But it's not going to be for Jessica Shelton. Zach Rogers wins the Budweiser at the Glen. Zach Rogers and the number 33 Stolman Buick takes the victory here today. But boy, not without a fight from Jessica Shelton, though. She tried any way in the world to get by Zach Rogers, but didn't quite have the horse. I actually thought she was going to make a move in turn number 1 and make it stick, though, but still nothing. But still got second place victory finish for Shelton. Not a bad day for her. So 22 races are in the books, and average speed 122.727, the average speed of this race. Levi McIntyre comes home third. Fourth position will go to Quentin Moore, Charles Samber fifth, then Seth Cole, Kyle Matthews, Cole Deaver, William Brock, and Jesse Turner, the top 10. McIntyre comes home in 11th, then 12th will go to Dylan Young, Mike Becker, Zachary Fitzwater, Jay Jefferson, Nathan Hudson was 16th. Then Kat Batson, Kyle Langland, Johnny Gardner, and Kev Shearer, the top 20 in today's event. Rest of the finishers here: Wes McCoy, Matt Haas, Ryan George, Keith Batson, Joshua Osborne matches his car number 25th, but boy, it's going to hurt Joshua in the points because he came in this race, I think, number 4 in the points coming in, but just had a bad qualifying run there. And Keith Batson, though, 24. That's not a good day for him either. Trying to make his claim for the top 10 in the points. That's really his only hope, right? That's really his hope actually after a so-so start to the season. RJ Bishop was 26th, Emmanuel Hartnett, then Paul Minnick, Alex Miller, Phil Parker, the top 30, then Zach Winkle, Dylan Pote, Ryan Brommer, Austin Colano, Gene Sanford, Jackson Haywood, Rob Evans, Dana Bouchard, Henry Sanford, Nathan Orman, and Mitchell Collins, the finishers in today's event here. No cars out of the race, and all the cars finished on the lead lap. So that will do it today at Watkins Glen International Raceway here. Congratulations again to Zach Rogers, the winner of the Budweiser at the Glen, and he becomes the 6th driver to win twice this season so far. We have had no 3-time winners yet so far in the season. That's kind of crazy to think, as a matter of fact, here. As competitive as the season has been so far, and I know I say this every darn race, but this is the best season I think we've had as far as the amount of winners we've had so far. So anyway, here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel on YouTube, and also like the page on Facebook as well. We got everything on this YouTube channel. We got NRSs, gaming videos, in our online races, and whatever the president says under the NNSCRA says called without his first channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series. His races, I guarantee his races are a whole lot better than what I have to offer too. So anyway, that will do it here today at Watkins Glen International Raceway here. For now, this is James Paulson. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Off-road racing at its best. We will see you in the Irish Hills of Michigan.